3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Hello, I'm Paul, CFO at Umbraco at HQ, working with admin, doing all that beautiful paperwork.
And what does it mean to be an Umbraco MVP to you?
Ooh, MVPs, Umbraco MVPs, they are the best of the best. They are the ones that, I mean, they have just done something extraordinary beautiful. And I think just to outline, of course, I've been chatting with some, writing with some of them. I mean, the tone of voice is always outstanding. And this is for them. Ta-da!
Hi, I'm Chloe and I work at Umbraco HQ. When I think of Umbraco MVPs, I think of dedication, involvement, leadership, and so many more things. I've had the chance to work with a few of our MVPs, writing and editing technical content for our blog. We talk about a lot of the projects and the ideas that our MVPs have. It's really cool getting to interact with these experts and see the technical content that we offer our audience to help everybody in our ecosystem learn from each other and grow.
So, I'm looking for Kim because I want to ask him something about MVPs, but where is he? Ah, yes, I should look in floor height. Hello, Kim.
Hello, Martin.
So, what do you think about MVPs?
I mean, MVPs are just amazing people, friendly, dedicated, committed, and they mean a lot to both me and obviously to Umbraco and the project Umbraco. So I'm very happy and glad for all the MVPs. There's one thing though, and apparently they think that I'm only lying down, and some of them are even spreading stickers of me lying down, and I would like to prove them wrong and show that I actually also do some other stuff. So follow me.
To me, Umbraco MVP stands for collaboration, passion, and learning. Before I worked at Umbraco, I was chosen to be an MVP, which was a really proud moment and a validation of the work I've been doing just because I thought Umbraco was a really great project. Now, in my daily work, I get to see from the other side how people contribute, and it's a huge pleasure to see people get involved. It is super valuable for us at HQ to learn from the community, and at the same time, it's wonderful to see people grow to Umbraco MVP and beyond. I believe the key here is communication. If you can effectively explain the what, why, and how, then you're already well on your way to becoming an MVP. In the past year, I've worked together with many existing and upcoming MVPs, and I've really enjoyed the collaboration. We can all be proud of the results that will live on for a long time in Umbraco CMS and in the community. Thank you all for your dedication, MVPs. You are a very, very important part of Umbraco.
Hi there, my name is Sophie and I work at Umbraco HQ. I've been working there for about 5 years now, I think, and for more than 3 of those years, I've had the great privilege of working with some Umbraco MVPs. My primary responsibilities at Umbraco is to keep the documentation up to date and ensure that new features and functionalities in our products are properly documented. And on a weekly basis, I have the great privilege of working with a couple of Umbraco MVPs who are helping me with the Umbraco documentation. It's truly amazing to see the dedication of these people. They are true Umbraco experts, and they have a very genuine passion for sharing their love of Umbraco and of the products, and also for helping other people learn the product, how to use the product. MVPs, Umbraco MVPs, are really one of our greatest assets, And I feel pretty lucky that I get to work really closely with them on a weekly basis. So thanks for that.
Hi, I'm Rhiannon, and I work at Umbraco HQ. When I think of an Umbraco MVP, I think of someone who's talented and hardworking and knowledgeable. And this is because whenever we have MVPs in our training courses, they're always the ones who ask the most meaningful questions. And it also gives me an opportunity to see what technologies it is that they're working with on a regular basis. So sometimes it ends up being a two-way learning opportunity for both for them to learn Umbraco, and then also for me to learn what it is that they work with in their daily lives. So having MVPs in our training courses is always something that I look forward to, because it doesn't get any better than that.
Hi, Umbraco family, it's me, Warren, and today I'm joined by my lovely colleague, Ilham. How are you doing?
Hi, Warren. Doing well. Quite exciting to be at Codegarden.
I know, it's Codegarden time. It's super exciting. So we've just had the keynote, which was super awesome, but now it's time for the MVP awards.
Yay!
Yay! But first of all, maybe for people who don't know you, maybe do a bit of introduction, Ilham.
Yeah, thank you. Well, my name is Ilham, and I'm Community Engagement Officer at HQ. I've been doing this for close to 4 years now, I believe, and briefly, my job is focused on fostering and helping all the friendly sharing culture in the Umbraco community. I'm quite proud of this job, and it gets me to meet some really amazing people, among whom the MVPs.
Exactly. Very nice. I suppose just for anyone who doesn't know, I'm Warren. I work in the development team over at the HQ here, but most recently turned into a developer advocate, trying to reach out and connect to our developers and share what can and can't be done with Umbraco. With that out of the way, let's talk about the MVP program. First of all, what is it? Why do we have this MVP program? Ilham?
Yeah, that's a good question. And I think maybe the first thing that we can start with is the name in itself. It is true that we refer to it as MVP program, but it's only recently that it evolved to being a fully fledged program. It started as an award, as an expression of recognition and saying a big high five, you rock, to very active and dedicated people in the Umbraco community. And in the last couple of years, it evolved to what we call today the MVP program. And by that, I mean that we took it a step further from a thank you to more of a closer collaboration between the MVPs and Umbraco HQ. So for example, we have now dedicated channels for communicating with the MVPs. We have benefits as well that we add to the award itself. And we make sure that we keep in touch. And the great thing actually, I believe about what you just mentioned, Warren, about your job as developer advocate, is that this type of positions that just recently we started with you and Emma and also Arnold with his work with the festival organizers, it just enables also the MVP program to be this this more kind of like engaged collaboration between Umbraco HQ and the MVPs.
Yeah, I noticed a real big difference this last year in terms of the MVP program. It's been nice to see the MVPs have a place to come and chat and share their ideas. And I've noticed, looking on our own blog, that we've now got MVPs writing on our blog. Is this something new from this last year?
Yes, it's very recent. All the changes that we've seen in the MVP program came also from talking to the MVPs. So I had a set of interviews where I would just have a brief chat with select MVPs, where I would ask them who they are, even if we do know them, but it doesn't hurt to get to know them a little bit more.
Of course.
What type of involvement they have in the community, what type of involvement that get them, passionate about staying involved in the community. And also what is it that they would like to see Umbraco HQ do more for them and also by extension for the community or the broader Umbraco community. And from some of those interviews, it was clear that the MVPs had a lot of knowledge and expertise and ideas that they would like to share. And using our platform as a way to get their voice out there, shared with all our followers and, for example, newsletter subscribers, came the idea of collaborating with them on writing blog posts. It's still at its very first stages, so we haven't done a lot of it, but I hope that in the coming months, we will enable the MVPs to do more of that.
Yeah, that's perfect. It's super exciting to see this program grow. Like you said, I remember from the old days, shall we say, it was, like you say, just an award and a recognition. And now it's, like you say, it's a whole program, and it's a hell of a lot more than just a piece of paper, shall we say. So cool. So that's the MVP program. But for some, should we actually define what MVP is? What does MVP even stand for, Ilham?
Yes.
If you forgot it.
I didn't expect this question. Not that I
Sorry.
But it's again, you know, it's those kind of things that we take for granted and just assume people know.
Exactly.
So MVP, or for the Umbraco community, MVP stands for most valuable people. I think a lot of people are quite familiar with the Microsoft MVP program, and as there might be some similarities between the two programs, but our focus is on the people in the community. So their contributions are not necessarily to the code or their expertise and the way they are using the technology. It's mainly around how they are supporting the different community members and how they are adding adding value to the Umbraco project. So it is most valuable people, as in most valuable people of the Umbraco community.
Yeah, and that's really nice. I like that. But you mentioned contributions, and an MVP can be recognized for various different contributions, from writing documentation to blogging, speaking at meetups. There's various different things. What were the contributions like this year for the MVP awards? What have we seen that has kind of gained your interest?
I would say that the trend is still similar to previous years. It's there's a variety of ways of contributions or ways to contribute to the Umbraco project. So of course, we see people who have been quite active on GitHub, submitting pull requests, sharing issues, highlighting very important elements that affect the CMS project. Others who are very much dedicated to the documentation, others that write blog posts. But what I find interesting about the Umbraco community is that usually the MVPs that get selected, they are quite active on different levels. So again, not that I want to compare it to the Microsoft MVP program, but what I've seen for other communities, there is a tendency to have a niche where specific contribution is being made, which I believe is a valid way and a great way also to contribute. What I find interesting about the Umbraco community is how, what would be the word, like versatile?
Yeah, I think I would agree.
Yeah, these MVPs are, or also, I guess, also in general, the different contributors in the Umbraco community. So there are a lot of people who are doing talks, and that talk usually comes from a really great blog post. And that blog post comes from a conversation that started in the forum, or maybe someone that had an issue on the community Slack, and someone actually that took the time to listen to them, interact with them, understand their issue, then they wrote about it, then they realized that it can be turned into a great talk, then that talk turned into an opportunity to help meetup organizers and then festival organizers to have content. So they would do that talk more frequently, and then maybe they get selected to do the talk at Codegarden. So this type of activity that impacts different levels of involvement and engagement in the community just makes the Umbraco community really interesting. And that, of course, I guess that if you look at the list of MVPs, previous ones or the ones that we will be announcing today, this pattern is very much in there. And I think it's really great thing that makes the Umbraco community stand out.
Yeah, I think the key for me in terms of all these contributions, it's about sharing and sharing knowledge in whatever way that works best. Either contributing code, you know how to fix a specific bug in our code base. You've found time to reproduce an issue and you've write a very detailed bug report for us. Like you say, writing packages to speaking at events, this all comes down at the end of the day to sharing and sharing knowledge. So for me, an MVP is all about sharing that knowledge. So kudos to all these MVPs that we're going to announce. And I think looking at our time, we should probably get a wiggle on and announce some new MVPs. Yeah. So you've given me some stats, Ilham, because you're great at this. So we've got 17 first-time MVPs and we've got 45 renewals. They come from 14 countries across 3 continents and have contributed in a wide variety of ways even. So that's, like we said, core, documentation, packages, forum discussion, event organization, speaking at events, mentoring, tutorials, content creation. The list goes on and on and on. So as always, we're humbled and honored by your contributions to the project and the community. We believe that your actions over the last year are inspiring not only to us, but to everyone in the community. And we hope that this award shows your appreciation and recognition and involvement. So with that being said, should we just jump straight into them, Ilham, and just start announcing?
Yes, let's do it. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are impatient and we've been talking
yeah, sorry. The time has come. So I'm going to do this in alphabetical order just because this is what my notes are in. So first up, we've got to give a big congratulations to Benjamin Karleski from the United States. Kudos, Benjamin, for your great work on the Unicore team project, your blog stuff, your core work, and your mentorship stuff that's going on. That's really fantastic work. I have a great testimonial that is this from an MVP or someone else who's submitted this, Ilham?
Well, actually, it's a bit difficult for me to remember.
Okay.
But there is a combination of sources there. So testimonials that we got from HQers, but mostly I think 90% of them are from current MVPs or 20. Perfect. MVP.
So the testimonial that I have here is Benjamin has a great contributor and advisor, has been a great contributor and advisor on the Unicore team, along with his fantastic work on Umbraco as a mentor. So kudos, Benjamin. Next up, I've got, Bushra Sengal. I'm terrible with names and I apologize, Bushra. But her fantastic work on the documentation curators team. So this has been nice to see. So the quote that I have here is Bushra is a great member of the community, a great member of the documentation curators team, and is a regular at the Edinburgh meetup. She's put a lot of her own time into helping out on issues and is always positive about the project. So kudos, Bushra. Next up, I've got Carl Saguna. So Carl has been an active member of the community for years, especially in the Bristol meetup group. In the last year, I feel his contributions have extended well beyond. The values that he holds are without doubt those that we should all aspire to. So yeah, Carl's been doing a lot of stuff, speaking at events recently, getting more involved with blog writing. So this is fantastic to see. So next up is someone called Chad Curry. Whoever Chad Curry is, I don't know what he or she or they look like. It's just a mystery person. But I know from my own experience in the core team, in the development team, Chad has been doing a fantastic job in the last 12 months in terms of helping out Shannon with performance improvements and examine. So kudos, Chad, whoever you may be. One day we'll hopefully get to find out and meet you.
I think a lot of people are going to be happy to find out who Chad is. So
I think so, yeah.
This is a highlight for us.
Maybe next year's Codegarden, we get to meet Chad.
And we do have a picture, so we will soon share it.
Oh, do we? Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect. Next up, I've got David Brendel. David has been a great asset to the package team since he joined. He volunteered to be a member of the package awards jury and monitors some of the repos that the package team are responsible for. This is fantastic work in terms of helping out in terms of devising and giving feedback to the package team. So kudos, David. Next up, I've got Frans de Jong. Hopefully I'm saying that right, but his involvement in terms of events organization and forum participation. So an example of a good community cheerleader, supporter of the Doog Foundation, and was a massive help during DF20. And has been trying to get the Models Builder community team off the ground, but has been challenging with COVID. That's understandable, but yeah, all good initiatives. So kudos, Frans. Next up, I've got Joe Glombeck, a great member of the Umbraco community and an advocate for making the CMS more accessible. Absolutely embodies the community's friendly spirit, always happy to give advice on Twitter or Slack. So I know Joe's recently joined the core collaborators team, helping Seb over with PRs. He's been speaking at events and doing some more stuff on the accessibility side of work. So kudos, Joe. Next up, I've got Mario Lopez. Mario has volunteered their time to help coach and mentor developers from around the world. Mario in particular seems like he's a serial helper. Kudos. It's nice to find that type of people in our community, someone who's willing to spend their time and help others and help them on their Umbraco journey. So next up, I've got Michael Latouche.
That's correct.
Hopefully I've got some of these names right. But Michael's been a really great help for the core collaborators team and has done a lot of the heavy lifting in the team. So yeah, I know Seb over in the PR team is super happy and sings Michael's praises. So kudos to you, Michael. Next up, we've got Owen Jones. The testimonial here I've got is he translated the back office into Welsh, wrote for 24 Days In, and has a character that embodies MVPs. That's all fantastic work in terms of doing core contributions and blogging and being engaged and active in our community. So kudos, Owen. Next up, I've got Patrick de Moj. Patrick has been on a roll with 19 merged in pull requests in the last 12 months and even more awaiting review. He's also very active on the Umbraco community Slack, engaging with and helping fellow Umbracians, always in a friendly and helpful way. That's nice. It's nice to, like I said before, that most of these MVPs, it's all to do with sharing that knowledge and being helpful in any way that you can be. So kudos to you, Patrick. Next up is Phil Whittaker. It's been fantastic to see Phil and Rachel really take the lead with the Manchester meetup, restoring it back to one of the biggest in the UK. A public advocate who's built a framework that interacts in a unique way, showing the versatility of Umbraco. So yeah, I know Phil's been doing a lot more meetup organization and is getting back involved in terms of blogging and speaking at events. I know his WordPress versus Umbraco talk was very interesting. Next up, we got Richard Ockerby. Richard is an incredibly enthusiastic about being a part of the Umbraco community and is a very involved, valued member of the package team. Kudos to you, Richard. Next up, we've got Scott Brady. Scott was very instrumental in the identity side of the Unicore migration. He did a large amount of the work for users and helped with members, along with consulting with the Unicore team at the start of the process. So yeah, I know that Scott has done some great work in this and has worked alongside Bianca to make sure that this is done the right way for V9 of Umbraco. So kudos, Scott. Next up, we've got Sophie Neal. Sophie's done an amazing amount of work on the Getting Started section and improving the quality of the technical writing of the documentation generally. Another really positive can-do person. That's nice. I think we all forget that documentation is a key critical part of people learning. So we mustn't forget them. So kudos, Sophie. Next up, I've got Tiffany Prosa. I see Tiffany as a champion of accessibility, a valuable and important area. I totally agree. Kudos to Tiffany and everyone else on the accessibility team, making Umbraco more accessible and friendly for everyone using it. And last up, finally, we're getting there now. Tim Payne. Kudos to Tim Payne. Tim has given a lifetime of service to the Umbraco community. Amazing script, 24 days articles. He's always friendly, great talks at meetups this past year, and an active supporter of the Leeds and Manchester meetups. Kudos. And with that being said, I've got a way to celebrate. I'm going to set off my super duper party cannon. And I'm either going to regret this or everything's going to blow up. Hey! Woohoo! Kudos.
That worked.
Kudos. That worked. And now my desk is a mess, but I'll worry about that later. But so that was the new MVPs. And now we need to recognize those 45 or so renewals. I'm not sure how we'll do that. I've totally forgotten. There's no notes in here. Perfect planning.
I mean, that's the really, well, I shouldn't use the word interesting, but the amazing part about this, I think in total, we are now at 62 Umbraco MVPs, which is great. But at the same time, I wish we could celebrate all of them at the same level in these like short 30 minutes.
So here is a big congratulations to our MVP renewals for this year, and the list is as follows: Alex Skripnik, Anders Biana, Anthony Dang, Biana Fristenborg, Callum White, Carol Rennie Logan, Christian Steinmeier, Damian Peters, Danny Lancaster, Dave Wustenberg. Next up is Dennis Adolfi, Emma Garland, Emmanuel Tissera, Erica Queensberry, Eric Jan Westendorp, Heather Floyd, Henk Bowman, Jan Skovgaard, Janae Crane, and Yevon Leopold. Then we have Jeffrey Shoemaker, Carl Tynan, Ken Jacobson, Kevin Jump, Carl Weems, Lars Eric Albuck, Laura Weatherhead, Lee Kelleher, Leonard Fontaine, and Lottie Pitcher. Then we have Mark Goodson, Marcin Zakwarski, Matt Brailsford, Matthew Wise, Mike Macy, Nathan Wolfe, Nick Remington, Owen Williams, Paul Seal, Paul Sterling. Then we have the last five: Purnima Nayar, Rachel Breeze, Ravi Mofa, Soren Cottle, and Tom Madden. Congratulations, renewals. You guys are awesome too. We just don't have the time to celebrate you all like we did the new MVPs. So I think with that, we're going to try and wrap up. So all the details of the MVP winners and the renewals are going to be on the blog. I'll do the YouTube thing somewhere down here. We'll point down here somewhere. There'll be a magic link. But thanks for watching. Have fun. This is Codegarden.
Yes, and it's just starting.
Yeah, woohoo.
Thank you, Warren. And thank you.
No worries. Yeah, thank you, MVPs. You are awesome. Cheers, Ilham.
Bye.
Bye.
So you and your big ideas, eh? You're the one who wanted to do it. It's a mess. That's teacher, wasn't it? Go and get it all in the bin.